Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage. Today we're in the basement and we got a little Milwaukee tool review. If you've been following along on the channel, you know that a few years ago, about 3 years ago, somebody bought me a Milwaukee tool as a gift, and that was a 3/8 M12 ratchet. I call them cordless air tools, and I really liked it. And from that point on, I started buying some Milwaukee tools, some M18 and M12 tools, even stepped it up to the brushless fuel series on a couple, and we've been doing some reviews on those tools. Check out our tool review playlist, and I'll put it right up here. Now, I was doing some insulation work in the ceiling in my basement, and pretty much some of it was for thermal insulation to keep some drafts out, keep the heat in, keep the cool in and the heat out, depending on the season. And some of it was sound, so that people walking upstairs, the sound didn't transfer down as much, and when I'm in the shop here working on stuff, my sound doesn't transfer up as much. So I have a Portacable pneumatic, air tool stapler, and I've been using it for years, probably more than 10 years, and it served me well on a lot of small projects and big projects that I was doing. However, when doing the insulation, I found that although the tool itself didn't weigh a ton, that air hose dragging and coming over me and working over my head, that air hose was a burden. And then I came across a couple videos, and they were using, you guessed it, a Milwaukee M12 stapler. And this is a 3/8 inch crown stapler, nothing fancy, just a stapler. But let me tell you, it is light, and I'm using a real small battery. Now I'm dirty, as you could tell. I've been doing insulation all day and stapling like crazy. I probably went through a couple hundred staples, and this battery is still showing 3 out of 4 bars on the battery indicator. The tool is lightweight, it's got a small battery in it, doesn't weigh much, weighs probably about the same, if not less, than my Portacable, but it's really convenient because it's cordless. So it's a cordless air tool as far as I'm concerned, and it doesn't do a huge, it does 3/8 staples, which are your normal, I'll show you what I got here. It's your normal, hardware store, 1/4 inch. I'm using 1/4 inch, 6mm. It's a 3/8 staple, which is the narrow crown T50s. If you would use the arrow number, it's a T50 staple, which is your everyday run-of-the-mill staple that they put in pneumatic guns. They put them in cordless air tools like this. They put them in regular manual staplers, T50s. You can get them in a couple of different sizes. This is the standard, really. You can get lighter duty ones, you get heavier duty ones. This is a good all-purpose, the 1/4 inch or 6mm staple. They come like this. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, and this thing just does the trick. And it's got an adjustment on how deep you want to drive that staple, and you need to play around with that a little bit until you get your it's a little dial right here, and you play around with that a little bit until you get it to where you want it, and that's what I did, and I've been using it, like I said, all day. It's light. I haven't had that arm fatigue that I would have had with the other one, and battery life, like all the Milwaukee stuff that I've bought in the last 3 years, all the Milwaukee stuff, the battery life has been phenomenal. And I was never brand specific on any cordless tools before. I've had Ryobi, I've had DeWalt, I still have some Ryobi, I still have some DeWalt. Even with the newer series Ryobi that came out, I do have 1 or 2 of their tools, some of their outdoor tools, some DeWalt stuff. The Milwaukee stuff I really like, and I'm starting to get a little brand specific on the Milwaukee because it's just performing well, and the battery life is, I find, to be unbelievable. So I put some insulation in the ceiling behind me here, and I just need to staple it down. I'll move the camera and I'll show you, how easy it is. You can drive one staple. Let me get a piece of scrap here, just to show you what it's like. You can put it on, pull the trigger, and drive a staple. and you can see right there, oh, can you see? Let me find a spot that's not all painted. This is just some scrap 2x4. So here, right, and there you go. I got it set where it's just flush. It's really not burying it too deep because I'm doing it for insulation. I'm using it for insulation, depending on what project you might want to do. The nice thing about this, though, it also has. It's not going to shoot if you pull the trigger. All right, but it's going to like cock. You feel it cock like you know, like it's ready. And now you can usually. Right, I'm not pushing the trigger. I'm just putting it in, and if you let it sit too long like I did before, then it might not go. Let's see, we'll let it sit for a couple seconds. Oh, it's still going, okay. Yep, there we go. Oh, I'm out of staples, that's why. There we go. Now I can show you how to load the staples. Right, so loading the staples is real easy. You pull that bottom out just like any other tool. You don't put the staples in the slide. You put the staples in the tool. They go in the tool, and you pop it in, and you'll reload it again. That easy. All right, up here, I get the insulation where I want it. You know, about 2 inches above the end of my board here, and you can either pull the trigger each time, like that, or you can just hold that trigger down and run it, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. So on this one, I'm just gonna hold that trigger down. So either way you like to do it, holding the trigger down and pulling the trigger each time, it is unbelievable. I like the tool. It's lightweight, battery lasts forever. I have no complaints with it. What's actually my one complaint is that I wish it had a little LED light. I know that would hurt battery life, but a little light on it, which Milwaukee puts on most of their tools, they did not put a light on this one. A light would be nice. Just so when we're working in some shadows, you get a little bit of a view on what you're working. But other than that, no complaints whatsoever. It's the 2447-20 is the tool only, which I bought because I had plenty of chargers and batteries, so didn't need a charger or a battery. You can buy it in a kit with a charger and a battery, and they do sell this sometimes in a combo kit with another tool if that's what you're looking for. But I like it. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I've been using it. It's about a year now that I've been using this tool. I've been waiting on making the video because I had a couple little projects that I was using with it, and I wanted to see whether I really liked it or not. I absolutely like it. No complaints. If you need a stapler, if you're tired of that hose trailing around on a utility stapler, not anything specific or a specific job kind of staplers, just regular, you know, T50 staples, utility stapler. If you like it, if you need something like that, you'll like this. No complaints. Really like it. Let me know. Have you used it? Used a different one? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.